We got our new Jeep Gladiator here. Gonna give a little walk around here. I know everyone's seen about 27 videos of these. Of course, there's already dirt in mine. We could not let it go that much without some off-roading. First thing right off the bat, I always tell people, or what I suggest, get some kind of a phone mount. 67 Designs is probably one of the better ones out there, but if you just want some cheap eBay ones or something like that, because there's really no place to put your phone otherwise in here. It's pretty limited on the amount of space and stuff like that, but I will have to say these tires don't really show well on camera, but they're actually pretty decent in size. Get those nice Fox shocks in there. One thing I discovered taking it off-road was that after I reconnected the sway bar, it seemed to steering got a little more loose, which is probably understandable. So I'm definitely gonna probably put the TerraFlex steering stabilizer on this guy, because it's gonna need it. Probably you guys seen from my previous posts that I had a 2019 Ram. That poor truck had every conceivable problem you could think of. Most of them were electrical. The engine and the transmission really had no problems, but it got to the point where I never knew if it was going to start or if it was going to work properly or anything like that. And so we went ahead and made the decision to go ahead and get rid of it. I did get a little bit of a settlement from Chrysler. It was kind of one of those hush things, like leave us alone type money, and that helped absorb a little bit of stuff so I could go ahead and replace this vehicle. Otherwise, yeah, it would not have been feasible. One thing I discovered when I started searching for a Gladiator was that most of the dealers have a very over-spec'd Gladiators, which means they really want to get they're trying to get into those $57,000, $58,000, $59,000 MSRPs. I live in Arizona, so I really did not want leather seats. You can't get cooled seats on these, and it's just too hot. Like, no, there's no way around it. The nice part about obviously the leather seats is you can go ahead and just wipe them out, and there you go. I realize the cloth seats might get a little dirty, but you know, I'm not, it doesn't rain here a lot, so I'm not too worried about them getting rained on or anything like that. I'm not gonna have the tops off all the time, or the doors off all the time, stuff like that. As we get a little bit further into the spring and stuff like that, I'll probably have the those off and stuff like that, so that'll be a good thing. Have a little bit of fun with the top off and stuff like that. My daughter's already really stoked about having the Jeep and stuff like that. We rented a couple before we actually bought this one, so that's always a good suggestion. I know Enterprise Rent-A-Cars, they actually do rent those cars, so rent those Gladiators, and they're not too expensive. Definitely you can get anything from a Sport S or Sport model from them all the way up to a Rubicon. I hadn't test drove any of the Rubicons before I bought this one, but it is a pretty dramatic difference as far as like the feeling underneath you. The Rubicon seems to just be, I guess with all the skid plates and just heavier duty, the sway bars, things like that, it's just the Fox shocks really absorb quite a bit more than the than what the Sport or Sport S does. Don't get me wrong, if you're going to buy a Sport or Sport S, you know, definitely want to get that extra, you know, probably that Mopar lift if you care about the manufacturer warranty. If you're not too worried about manufacturer warranty, pretty much can go with just about anything. I mean, because these are a JL platform, there are so many manufacturers out there that are doing aftermarket for these. It's just absolutely crazy. It's pretty awesome to see that you can buy something that's a brand new type vehicle that's supposed to be a redesign, but they've used so many parts from the JL Wrangler that there's a lot of aftermarket on that. I'll continue doing like little updates and stuff like that. I've never been into the one to do a lot of off-roading and stuff like that. So a couple of my buddies suggested that we get some trail books. I ordered one from Amazon. We'll take a look at that book, and he kind of does one of those things where he picks out a trail and tries it out. I think that's what we're gonna do. I got some good video today, and went down. I live near the foot of the Santan Mountains here in Gilbert, Arizona, and it was actually kind of cool to go out there and actually play around, because my Ram just didn't have that capability. So it was kind of fun to play around with the Jeep and kind of see what it was capable of doing. I went up about a 16-degree grade on the pitch, with some deep ruts in it. Just disconnected the sway bar, put it in the lockers on, and honestly, it just kind of laughed at it. I'm sure you guys that have Wranglers already, you guys kind of laugh already at most of these trails that you see around here. I'm just not used to having this kind of capability. It's like having a side-by-side that it's just a glorified side-by-side, so it's just kind of cool. So follow along with me, like, share, subscribe, and I'll be continuing posting more videos of our adventures here in Arizona, and probably be partnering up with a couple of buddies as well. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.